Our next reader is Joy Ann. She writes stories including metaphysical fiction, which includes, was it alternative history, neo-paganism, and conspiracy research, not conspiracy theory, conspiracy research. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Joy Ann.
I'm reading a short story called Window of Appearance, and this is an excerpt from the short story. I'm reading a short story called Window of Appearance, and this is an excerpt from the short story called The Bad Dream. Ireland 990 AD. Uneasiness shrouded the druid upon arising that morning. Attributing it to bad dreams, he could not remember he worried to his brother, the seer. Isn't it interesting how the body remembers the feelings of a dream? Benjamin replied, "Pay heed to what you encounter in the grove today, Morley." The seer's clipped tone and emphatic demeanor compelled Morley to hasten anxiously toward the door, out into the early morning fog and cold, misty rain. The archdruid of the last remaining grove, unceasingly resisting to the ongoing efforts of the cross and the crown to recruit druids into the service of their lord, feels uneasiness turn to apprehension, an inner knowing he could neither deny or explain away. He knew better than to ignore Ben's advice, and his unusual aversion to listening, to heeding the inner knowledge, common sense, and experienced intuition the gods gave him, only impressed upon him the nature of what he tried to avoid. Denial would not serve him here. Turning deeper into the forest, the familiar pines and bushes stood straighter and stronger, demanding attention. Transfixed by a hawthorn tree, he slowed down. Hua, the message of this tree is the sacred augury divination. Challenge the head, be wary. And he narrowly avoids the grasping thorns of the blackthorn bush. Strafe, the message, prepare for danger. He paused, breathless, feeling the omens, and his fight or flight reflex surged. A disquieting sense of the unknown renewed in this life warned him of a relentless predatory force. He had been a sagacious defender of the old ways and his people in the past, and now, again, he is compelled to endure knowledge, what some might call a prophecy. But his anxiety only increases, for he knows there is no prophecy, there is only the plan. The senior member of the grove had faced all manner of threats, danger, and enemies with bravery and fortitude, and strode forward. But the unseen force penetrating ground and water, surrounding the creatures, urged him forward. His mindful gait shifts to the determined stride of a hunter in pursuit. What am I looking for? What I seek is anonymous and omnipresent, hidden in plain sight. He trotted for a distance. Then, through the cool, dismal fogginess, he trudged, plain trousers and tunic soaked, through mud and wet-slapping branches to the inner forest. Continuing into the deeper part of the woodlands, unfamiliar oppressiveness in the atmosphere grows. Here, where he spent countless hours in contentment and mystical union, a creeping desolation cloaks the trees, brush, and animals. Dismal atmosphere closing in, permeating. Morley attempts to use his skill in telepathic communication. Benjamin, come and bring the others, quickly, the portal slammed shut. What is happening to me? Another plea for help. Shining ones, hear me. An uncharacteristic cursory invocation, he could not feel the presence of heart and mind to utter a sincere plea for guidance and protection. The cloud prevented him from feeling the comforting presence of his gods. His natural protective functions and essential abilities to discern weakened, and he felt his personal sovereignty trickling from his essence. Pushed forward by a strong wind, he stumbles into the grove. He enters the inner sanctuary of the grove, and confronted by an enormous black horse standing still as a statue, he steps back. Atop the beast, a rider in monk's robes peered suspiciously as Morley, feebly attempting to regain his bearings, surveyed his grove. Ringed with large stones, the usually pristine sacred space resembled a deserted campsite. The fire pit lidded with broken branches and surrounded with black feathers and a dead fish. In the pit, birds' eggs lay on a bed of leaves, cracked and leaking. The tree of life next to the pit, missing most of the branches and leaves. He turns his head back to the stranger. Morley, you are required to visit the elder Mordecai at dusk tonight. Come alone. Eyes concealed by the large gray hood of his flowing robe, the long drawn face tenses. He hunches over. The small gold cross on a leather cord around his neck swings forward. The horse grows impatient, skittish, and the monk is overly fierce in correcting it. A moment of lucidity. What manner of monk is this? There are reluctant non-believers pressed into the service of the church, but this creature, weakening in the knees and trembling in the gut, thoughts dissipate. The air closes the closet, heavy full of dull energy, enveloping Morley. His personal power seems to evaporate. The monk breathes in deeply and exhales loudly. The druid felt small. The birds stopped chirping. Small creatures ceased rustling in the bushes and the breeze stopped. Well, he droned. Yes, of course, brother. I'll be sure to arrive tonight as the elder wishes. The monk turns the horse abruptly and commands it to run out of the grove. Shuffling to the nearest rock, Morley sits in a slump, then begins to breathe fully. A light, cool breeze wafts over his perspiring brow as the clouds open up and he sees the sun's reflections in small puddles. Cheerful bird songs resume and his mind clears. A raven swoops in and perches on the tree of life. Morley watches the large bird settle itself. The emissary returns his stare, points his beak downward, and Morley's gaze follows the bird's directive to the dead salmon as a large black snake emerges from behind the stone, slides up to the fish, opens its mouth wide around the prey, and slowly swallows it whole. Thank you.